First contact folly. The Harmony glided silently through the void, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in shimmering patterns. Captain Lyrax stood on the command deck, all 6 of her sensory appendages focused on the small blue planet displayed on the main view screen. After centuries of exploration across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy, the Galactic Federation had finally discovered another intelligent species. Remarkable, Lyrax whispered, her voice melodic in the ship's perfect acoustic environment. 300 years of searching, and here they are, still bound to their solar system. First Officer Talon approached, data tablet in hand. Preliminary scans show they've achieved nuclear fusion and rudimentary space travel, Captain. Their technological development appears unusual. Unusual how? Lyrax asked, turning 2 eye stalks toward her officer while keeping the others fixed on the view screen. They'd progress in unpredictable bursts rather than the logical progression most species follow. And their spacecraft, Talon hesitated. They're giving off radiation signatures unlike anything in our database. The science officer, Nix, joined them at the observation platform. Captain, I've analyzed their communications. They call themselves humans. They appear divided into nation-states rather than unified planetary governance, yet they cooperate on space exploration. Lyrax contemplated this information. The Federation protocols were clear. Observe primitive species from a distance until they achieved faster-than-light travel and unified planetary governance. Only then would official contact be initiated. Captain, Talon said urgently, sensors have detected a small vessel departing the planet. It appears to be an experimental craft. Its energy signature is concerning. On the view screen, a small ship with angular solar panels and a bulbous central module moved away from the blue planet's orbit. Its engines pulsed with unusual energy patterns that made the Harmony sensors fluctuate. The Phoenix Project, Nix read from intercepted communications, apparently testing a new propulsion system. Fascinating, Lyrax said, her curiosity overriding caution. In 3 centuries of exploration, the Federation had encountered 57 spacefaring species, and all had followed predictable technological paths. These humans were different. Move us closer. I want detailed scans of their propulsion system. Captain, Talon objected. The radiation signature suggests unstable energy containment. Federation safety protocols recommend maintaining a distance of at least. Noted, First Officer. Lyrax interrupted. But we're not going to learn anything significant from this distance. Helmsman, bring us to within scan range, but maintain stealth fields. The Harmony's engines hummed as the massive ship slid closer to the human vessel. As they approached, warning signals flashed across the sensor array. Captain, the sensor operator called out, the human vessel is broadcasting on multiple frequencies. The translator is processing now. A mechanical voice filled the command deck. Warning. Experimental vessel. Maintain safe distance. Prototype drive system unstable. Repeat. Maintain safe distance. The bridge crew exchanged uneasy glances. No species they had encountered had ever broadcast warnings to empty space. They can't detect us through our stealth field, Lyrax reasoned. These must be automated warnings for their own vessels. Or perhaps they detected anomalies in their sensor readings, Nix suggested. Their technology may be more sensitive than we anticipated. Lyrax considered the situation. The Council will want detailed information about this new propulsion system. Prepare the molecular transport beam. We'll extract a small sample of their technology for analysis. Captain. Talon's voice rose uncharacteristically. That would violate at least 3 Federation directives regarding pre-contact species. We won't be removing anything essential, Lyrax countered. Just enough for analysis. They'll never know we were here. Against Talon's continued objections, Lyrax ordered the transport beam activated. A thin blue light extended from the Harmony toward the Phoenix's engine compartment. Immediately, alarms blared across the Harmony's command deck. Energy surge in the human vessel, the sensor operator shouted. Their containment field is destabilizing. Disengage transport beam. Lyrax ordered. Cannot disengage, the operator replied, panic evident in their voice. The energy patterns are locked in a feedback loop. On the view screen, the Phoenix's engine section began to glow with increasing intensity. The human vessel's distress signals multiplied, broadcasting on all frequencies. Their propulsion system is collapsing, Nix reported, fingers flying across control surfaces. And it's pulling our transport beam into the reaction. Emergency shields. Lyrax commanded. Full reverse thrust. But it was too late. The Phoenix's experimental drive imploded, creating a brief but intense energy burst that traveled along the Harmony's transport beam. The alien ship shuddered violently as systems overloaded across all decks. When the chaos subsided, Lyrax found herself on the floor of the command deck. Emergency lighting cast eerie shadows across injured crew members. Through the cracked view screen, she could see debris from the human vessel floating in orbit around the blue planet. The Harmony's propulsion system was offline, life support functioning at minimal capacity. Damage report, she croaked, helping Talon to his feet. Hull breach on decks 3 through 7, he replied grimly. Main power offline. Communications damage. Emergency distress beacon activated, but it will take weeks for the signal to reach Federation space. And our life support. Talon hesitated. 5 days, maybe 6 if we initiate hibernation protocols. Lyrax stared at the view screen, where the blue planet continued its serene orbit, oblivious to the disaster above it. What about the human vessel? Completely destroyed, Nix reported, bleeding from a head wound. No life signs detected in the debris. Guilt washed over Lyrax. Her curiosity had caused the death of unknown numbers of humans and endangered her own crew. She had violated the most sacred principles of the Federation, to observe but never interfere with developing species. Captain, a sensor operator interrupted her thoughts. There's activity from the planet's surface. Multiple vessels launching. The view screen showed several small craft rising from the planet, headed directly toward them. They've detected us, Lyrax whispered. And after what just happened, they must be coming to attack. But as the human vessels approached, no weapons were detected. Instead, they broadcast on open frequencies. Alien vessel, this is Earth Space Agency Emergency Response Team. We're approaching to render assistance. Please acknowledge if you can receive this message. Lyrax and her officers stared at each other in disbelief. The humans weren't coming to seek revenge. They were coming to help. Against all Federation protocols regarding pre-contact species, Captain Lyrax made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. Open a channel, she ordered. Tell them we need their help. Dangerous hospitality. Dr. Elena Martinez floated through the emergency airlock of the alien vessel, her heart pounding beneath her EVA suit. Despite 20 years with the Earth Space Agency, nothing had prepared her for this moment. First contact with an extraterrestrial species, initiated because of a terrible accident. Behind her, the rescue team carried medical equipment and emergency supplies. The airlock cycled, and they entered the alien ship. The interior was illuminated by dim emergency lighting that cast an azure glow across curved walls. The atmosphere was breathable according to their sensors, but protocol demanded they keep their helmets sealed until they understood the biological implications of contact. Alien crew members watched them with multiple eye stalks, some injured, all visibly wary. A slender figure approached, skin shifting colors in what Elena guessed might be their equivalent of emotional expression. I am Captain Lyrax of the Federation vessel Harmony, the alien said through a translation device. We thank you for your assistance. Elena removed her helmet, a calculated risk to establish trust. Dr. Elena Martinez, Earth Space Agency Emergency Response. We detected your distress and the destruction of our Phoenix vessel. What happened? The alien captain's skin darkened. An error in judgment. We attempted to scan your experimental vessel. Our technology interfered with your propulsion system. Elena processed this information with remarkable calm. The Phoenix was unmanned, a test platform for a new fusion drive. When you approached, its automated warnings activated. Warnings? Another alien asked, stepping forward. You broadcast warnings about your own ships. Of course, Elena replied. Experimental technology is inherently dangerous. We mark hazards clearly to prevent accidents. The aliens exchanged looks that Elena couldn't interpret. The one who had spoken introduced himself as First Officer Talon. Your species deliberately operates vessels you know to be dangerous, he asked. Progress requires risk, Elena said simply. Now let's assess your injured crew members. Our medical knowledge may be limited regarding your physiology, but basic trauma care often shares universal principles. Over the next hours, human rescue teams worked alongside alien crew members to stabilize the Harmony's critical systems. Earth's space agencies coordinated globally, setting aside geopolitical differences in the face of this historic event. 3 days into the rescue operation, Dr. Martinez made an alarming discovery. Several alien crew members had developed respiratory distress and skin lesions. After running tests with equipment from both species, she approached Captain Lyrax with grave news. Your people are having severe allergic reactions to Earth's atmosphere, she explained. Even the trace amounts that came through our airlocks are toxic to your biology. Your immune systems have never encountered anything like our microbiome. Lyrax's skin paled. Our rescue vessel won't arrive for weeks. Then we'll need to move your crew to a controlled environment on Earth, Elena decided. We have facilities designed for extreme biological containment. Within 24 hours, the alien crew had been transported to the Omega Containment Facility, a subterranean complex originally built for researching highly infectious diseases. There, behind multiple layers of biological isolation, human scientists worked feverishly to keep the aliens alive until their rescue ship arrived. Captain Lyrax observed the humans through observation windows, fascinated by their methodical approach to danger. Everywhere were warning symbols, safety protocols, emergency procedures. They lived constantly with risk, yet had built an entire civilization around managing it rather than eliminating it. You find us strange, Elena noted one day, entering Lyrax's chamber in a protective suit. Your species embraces danger, Lyrax replied. In the Federation, we have eliminated most risks through careful planning and technology. Our worlds are safe, controlled environments. Elena smiled behind her face shield. Earth will never be safe by your standards. We have earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanoes, thousands of microorganisms that can cause disease. Our approach isn't to eliminate all risks. It's to understand them, prepare for them, and sometimes take calculated chances. Their conversation was interrupted by alarms. The facility's director, Dr. Chen, appeared on a communication screen. Major solar flare detected, he announced. Level 4 radiation storm approaching. Shields activating in all sections. Before Lyrax could respond, another alert sounded. A massive ship had entered Earth's orbit, the Federation rescue vessel. The new arrival, the safety protocol, established communication immediately. Its captain, Zilorn, was horrified to learn that Federation citizens were being held in a facility on the planet's surface. This world is classified as extreme risk, he insisted during a video conference. Their atmosphere alone contains countless pathogens. We must evacuate immediately. Elena watched as the Federation rescue team arrived at the Omega facility wearing multiple layers of protective gear, far more than the humans used. They scanned everything obsessively and recoiled at the slightest unexpected reading. Your decontamination procedures are actually less thorough than ours, she commented to a Federation medical officer who was triple-checking an airlock seal. The diplomatic tensions escalated when Captain Zilorn demanded that all data about the Federation be wiped from Earth's computers. These humans are too dangerous for galactic society, he insisted to Lyrax. They intentionally build unstable technology. They live with constant biological threats. They take unnecessary risks daily. Before Lyrax could respond, the facility's alarms blared again. The solar storm had intensified beyond predictions. Our ship has no protection against this level of radiation. Zalorn panicked. We must leave orbit immediately. Too late, Dr. Chen said calmly. The storm will hit in 3 minutes, but don't worry. We deal with these regularly. Humans quickly guided both alien ships to the far side of the moon, where Earth's magnetic field would provide some protection. Inside the facility, routine solar storm procedures commenced. No one panicked. No one ran. They had lived under their unpredictable star for millennia. As the storm raged outside, Captain Zalorn looked at the calm humans with new understanding. Living with danger hadn't made this species reckless. It had made them resilient, adaptable, and innovative in ways the Federation had never considered. When the storm passed, Lyrax and Zalorn met privately. We were wrong about them, Lyrax admitted. Their approach to risk is different from ours, but not inferior. Perhaps there's something the Federation could learn from humanity. Zalorn nodded slowly. Their experimental ship, the one your transport beam destabilized, was testing a propulsion system remarkably similar to early versions of our own faster-than-light drive. With their comfort with risk-taking, they might achieve interstellar travel far sooner than we predicted. The Federation Council needs to know, Lyrax said. Humanity won't remain isolated in their solar system much longer, and when they venture into the stars, everyone should know the one rule about humans, Zalorn finished. Never board their ships without permission. They mark dangers clearly for good reason. 3 months later, as Earth's governments formed the first unified planetary council to manage alien relations, a marker was placed in orbit around Earth. Visible only to ships with advanced sensors, it broadcast in all major galactic languages. Welcome to Earth. Humanity embraces visitors, but please heed all safety warnings. They are there for your protection, not ours. It became the first rule taught to all Federation diplomats assigned to human space, a rule born from disaster but leading to understanding. Never ignore human safety protocols. They've learned to live with dangers you can't imagine.